I'm in one of my favourite places, Cannock Chase. And I'm probably a little bit too early because the sun's got another 40 minutes, something like that, to rise. I just wanted to come out, just go for a walk, and then probably be in a different location where I'd normally walk to because I'm earlier. That makes sense. I'm just taking it in at the minute, just taking things in until I can see. It's a lot darker than what it shows on this camera, on this Osmo. But I wanted to talk to you today about, do we need filters anymore in landscape photography? It's something I've been thinking about for a while. And the reason is because I've carried my filters in my bag and I can't remember the last time I had them out. Now, obviously people say that it's good to have a polarizer for woodland. I totally agree. I absolutely totally agree, and maybe today I'll be using it. We'll see, because it's quite damp and it just takes that glare and makes the colours pop a little bit. But do we need filters in landscape photography? But first of all, before we discuss that, we need to have a bit more light and see if we can grab the odd shot or two. I did forecast mist this morning. I can't see any, but I got a funny feeling it might just develop. These silver birch look phenomenal in the dark. And the other thing, walking in the dark, there's less light, you almost see the shapes better because you see the silhouettes of the silver birch and the other trees, obviously. So you almost see the composition a little bit better in a way, but or see it differently anyway. That's for sure. But I'm just going to meander round and just see what I see, and if it catches my eye and takes my interest, I'm going to grab a shot. I've walked around the outer edge and then coming in from a different way, and the silver birch over this side are just fantastic. If you love your silver birch photography, this is a place and half for it. And then dotted within it, we've got these fantastic oak trees. I mean, fantastic oak trees. Not sure if you can see that too well, but you can see the tops of the trees. The autumn colours are starting to really kick in. Not so much lower down in the canopy, but we're definitely getting them nice colours. Now, I was just thinking, I haven't seen any deer this morning, and all of a sudden there's half a dozen. Now, last time I come here, I was in exactly the same place. Now, this is where the dancing trees are. This is why I come here, and it's not far from the car park, to be honest. There's a couple down there. There's a couple to my right. They're beautiful things, but I know I'm going to scare them off, and it's too dark to photograph them. And I've just come to inspect the dancing trees because we've had some branches fall, so it's sort of spoilt compositions a little bit, maybe. Not sure. Another reason why I walk around the edge of the woodland, to be honest, because in case I've seen any deer in the open area that I could actually photograph. They're about 40 yards away, something like that, no more than that. But no, I'm here. I think they'll, as long as they're potentially happy. These are moved from here, so they've gone. Sun's starting to rise. It's a beautiful morning. beautiful, beautiful one. I'm actually in surrounding the dancing trees. Look at these oaks here. Beautiful. There's actually a fallen branch that spoils it a little bit. We still get some shots though. Definitely still get some shots. Some fallen branches here that actually are quite like. Don't know why, I just like that fallen branch there. Might make a shot. Another deer here. Just turning around straight in front of me, just in the undergrowth there. You probably can't see him. No, it's camouflaged. And then I'm just going to say hello to Cooper. I haven't mentioned him for a while, but he's always in my mind. And I've got a dog tag that I've put on this tree here. And I can't come past this area. Love you, mate. I say hello. There's the deer. There's the deer. So again, a nice bit of colour in the sky actually. It's kind of like that sort of reddy colour. I don't know if you can see it there. Probably not too much. So I'm going to head towards the edge of the moorland here, where I actually walked down initially, just to see if there's anything that catches me eye with these silver birch. Now the light's starting to come up, and then I'm probably going to head back down that way. So I've got this beautiful scene in front of me, beautiful. Now normally I take the oaks that are behind this scene from just down to the right here, and it's one of Martin's shots actually, but I'm just walking past, I'm just taking it real slow and so quiet. I'm the only one here in this location, seen nobody. And this is, we haven't got particularly a lot of light, there's a little bit of ambient light, but that's quite nice. I quite like it. We've just got that little bit of contrast there. But I think with that is we've got to try and get a nice strong subject in the image to bring it out. And it's full of colour. It's absolutely full of colour, but that colour is also quite distracting. So a strong subject will help the image. We've got this silver birch, and I'm only taking the bottom of the silver birch, and then behind it are these oaks, and then to the right is a couple of more silver birch stepping to the right hand side. Little things that frustrate me. I would like to put it on the left hand side with these silver birch, and I've almost got it in the middle, so I'm not sure about balance. We've got a little bit of the sky coming in on the top left, which I'll probably clone out, and some little hot spots on the right hand side as well. But I still love the scene. I don't want to crop in anymore because I like the branch coming out to the left, and that's why I want to shove the tree towards the right, because of this branch coming out to the left. But I will actually try it and see. Am I using a filter? No. Could I use a filter? Yeah, but I could also make the colours pop in Photoshop. So I'm not going to put a filter on. I just can't see any reason to put a filter on. It's going to slower my shutter speed. I'm at 2 seconds at the minute anyway, even though everything is perfectly still, and I wouldn't mind just a touch of movement to make it softer anyway. But that would up that 2 seconds by a fair old bit, so it would drop it down to stop for a start, so it would double that. But I just like saying, I'm going to work it a little bit more, see if we can get it a little bit better. Ideally, I need to be about 10 foot high to separate this branch from the top here. Obviously can't do that unless I brought the drone. I haven't brought the drone, forgot to pick it up this morning. I could have actually got the drone up and got a similar type of shot. But we'll grab it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this composition, whether the tree is too in the middle. The reason why I put it in the middle is because of that left-hand branch reaching up to the left-hand top corner, and then to balance it you've got the silver birch in the background on the right-hand side, so it's pretty well balanced. But let me know what you think. And then before I moved away from the dancing trees, I had to get a shot. So I've actually getting a little bit of atmosphere, little pockets of atmosphere, fog, mist, just little pockets rolling in and out. So that's a good sign. And so I'm just literally walking around, just seeing compositions and the odd snapshot. Just grabbing little bits and bobs as I'm walking around, keeping the tripod out with the camera on. Actually, I didn't realise how autumnal these leaves have changed so much. It is pretty damn good, to be honest. The oaks are just starting on the tops there, still a bit green, but that gives a nice bit of contrast with the silver birch that are changing a little bit more. They're still not in full gold bloom, but looking nice. So getting back to what I was saying about filters. Now, I do carry filters, and my main one would be the polarizer. I think it's a pretty much an essential filter to have. Then I've got my NDs for long exposures, etc. And that's it for me. Now, I think one of the reasons is probably because I don't visit the coast very often. Now, if I was on the coast, I would probably have some grads as well, because you've got a nice horizon there to separate. But if I put any grads into an image, I'm going to do that digitally in Lightroom and Photoshop. So that's why I don't carry any grads, and I haven't carried grads now for 4 or 5 years, I bet. And if I need that sky darkening down, then I would just do an extra exposure or bracket shots for that. The same if I'm in woodland or anywhere else, any sort of landscape. That's what I would do. I'd get round that problem by doing that. So, and this is just a personal preference. I think each individual, it suits each individual differently, each photographer differently. It's just how I feel about filters. Not only that, it can knock down the weight of the kit. I know they're not particularly heavy, but it's every little bit helps. So yeah, that's my thoughts on filters, and do you need them in this digital age? So I've got to watch where I'm going, because I'm going down a little bit slippy. Now, we did have a little pocket of mist in, it's just gone within a minute or so. So that's what the day is going to be like. But I still really like this light. It really suits it. It's just walking around and finding compositions and just taking snaps. Like I say, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've grabbed 3 or 4 images, doing pretty much my same route, but I do vary it slightly, probably every time, just to see things from a different light, come a different way, head back a different way, etc, etc. I'm starting to head back now because I've just got a phone call and I've got to head back, but that's not a problem. On my way back, I'm going to take my time, but I found this fantastic oak, and it's flanked by silver birch either side, and it's that colour contrast where you've still got that green of the oak leaves and that dark trunk of the tree and the shape and the gnarliness, and then that contrast of the silver birch on each side and that nice surrounding colour. That looks quite nice, that does. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to start heading back. I've still got another 20-minute walk to go back, just to see what I drop on. And yeah, that's nice, and probably wouldn't work any other time of the year actually, because everything ought to be too green, or the leaves would have dropped and we'd be looking at pockets of sky and light. Now if it's like that, what I do overexpose the image, push the image right to the right hand side, the histogram to the right hand side, and almost overexpose the highlights, not to blow them out, but just before they're blown out. Then that can create a nice soft effect in the background. So I do that quite often. But let's head up this track here, see what else we can find on the way back. So, like I say, I'm walking back up, and I'm always looking for compositions, and I just see something, I think, oh, why is that interesting me? Whether that's the light falling on it, bit of contrast, whatever. It's this little branch in the bottom of this silver birch, and it's the colour then, that darkness behind that's just separating a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and work it a little bit, see if we can get an half decent shot of this. But it's the it's that one branch that's just drew me eye to it, and it probably wouldn't work any other way if the colours were different, because they just blend in behind, and then it's the overhanging branch, and then there's a little silver birch on the left hand side. So the more I work it, the more I think, you know what, that's not a bad shot. Just constantly looking. And again, I've got my long lens on. This is not too far away actually, so I'm at about 50 mil. It's about 10 meters away at max, at around 50 mil, just cropping in on the tree there, the bottom half of the tree, overhanging branch, this little skirt at the bottom there, and it's that colour. Well, as you could probably hear or even see, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's just starting to rain now, which wasn't predicted. I tell you what, the weather apps are rubbish, absolute rubbish. Should know better. Anyway, so I'm going to head back. It's so warm, mid-October, so warm. Feels like mid-August, but yes, I'm making my way back still. And this atmosphere, if you can put up with it, actually, this rain, it's super. It really is super, especially just after the shower. It can really work so well. I think I'm going to walk. I don't know whether to walk down here. Yes, I'll walk down here. But yeah, if you can put up with a bit of rain, it's not so bad in the woods, is it? You've sheltered a little bit for a while anyway. Until it starts coming through, and then you're buggered. Let me know what your thoughts are on filters, what your thoughts are, what you use, what you don't use, etc, etc. and it's just interesting to know, that's all. I use the freewell magnetic filter, by the way. I would quite easily use the K&F ones. I've had Lee ones. I've had the old job like Case. I've had Case. You know what? They don't seem any different to me. Maybe it's just me, but they all work. Okay, I've enjoyed this little walk in the woods. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.